Hi there, it's KMC here, Kathy Weidner. I'm delighted to be with my friend and colleague, Dr. Naota Hashimoto, who has just been doing amazing things for the profession. And I really have enjoyed learning more about his product and what he has going on, and thought that you might like to hear a little bit more about that. And, thanks for being here. And I really would love for these folks to hear just a little bit more about what you're up to right now. I know you have this program, TrackStat. A lot of people think it's just for tracking statistics, but it really is far more than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like any business, right? It evolves over the years. But yeah, at the very beginning, it was, like we tracked our KPIs or stats because that's what consultants taught us. And then we tracked our
Hmm.
patients. And then we had our employees work through these Excel sheets way back in the day of,
Yeah.
we'd run reports and put actual patients on there. And it was designed for tracking patients, tracking stats, and, tracking your team. And
Hmm.
obviously, you know, we didn't even have a name for it way back in the day. We weren't selling it. We called it the tracker thingy. And eventually we came up with, my wife came up with TrackStat, and I was like, sure, let's go with like TrackStat. And it was a business I thought about turning into a business for about a year and a half before COVID. I had
Mm.
people using it, but I just had no time. We had two different businesses. We had a very busy practice. So it was a multiple seven-figure one. And then we had another business that I had with two partners, and, just thought about turning it into a business, had no time, thinking about where am I going to get this time. Then all of a sudden, when COVID happened, I had all
Ta-da!
this free time, all these trips, vacations, everything was canceled, and we just kind of got into it. And then, yeah, from there, we added in automations, reminders, scheduling, AI, a bunch of other things, and then like integrating with other softwares. So it's evolved since then.
Yeah, so it's either standalone or it can integrate with softwares. Like, what kind of software would it
Mm,
integrate with?
it's gonna be an integration only. So
Uh-huh.
like
Got it.
the EHR is like the system of record. It has all this static data and it just sits there. If you want to take action on it, you have to run a report. First, you have to query it, run a report, print it
Yeah.
off or export it and take action on it. So like what we do is we kind of like sync up with the database and then
Hmm.
we make that data actionable. So like our philosophy is we'll put like AI or automation first, right? Like the example I give people is like someone missing an appointment, right? We'll reach out automatically. Your team's probably reached out, and we give you a list of the people that have not scheduled yet. And then we make it easy for them to take action, where they could easily text, email, schedule, see the last communication, make a note, pull them off your list, all in one little workflow. And then the last
Wow.
piece is accountability, right? So if your team knew that they're getting measured on their rescheduling rate or their scheduling rate
Hmm.
or their retention rates, like that's the last little piece. Like accountability is good, automation and AI is good, and workflows are good, but when you put them together, it's a lot better.
It's great. Yeah. Well, it's funny you mention AI. In our world, everybody wants to scramble to do AI documentation and let it write the documentation or tell them what code to use. What do you see as the great benefits of AI in chiropractic?
I think AI is just going to take smart people, make them like 100 times more efficient. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm pretty technical, but like I don't write code, right? I can write some code, but like compared to our engineers, not very good. But like the stuff I do with AI, it just makes me more efficient. Like I think you still have to know what good looks like. Like the AI
Hmm.
is gonna, the EHRs, they're in documentation compliance. It's still gonna go through, but you still have to put your eyeballs on it and just make sure it's right. Cause like I'm pretty sure you've had AI hallucinate on you, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it just AI is just very appeasing. It's always trying to be nice and appeasing. So for us, like, just freeing up the staff, like some of the stuff that we released is like handling a phone call. Like, I know you like them talking to a person for a new one, but a lot of offices, like, they'd be happy to have the AI answer a call after hours, take some questions, book them for an appointment, send them paperwork to fill out. And then, yes, you could have some required fields on there, or
Yes.
they're calling to reschedule an appointment, or I forgot my next appointment. When is it? Oh, I can't make it then. Do you have anything later? Hey, do you
Yeah.
take Medicare? I have Shockwave. I have a pacemaker. Can I get Shockwave like they ask all these questions, and it's a little over half of the phone calls. So
That's
if
amazing.
your admin person didn't have to answer all those phone calls, they could run reports. They could do other things. Maybe they could do some billing tasks. Maybe they could clean up
Mm.
ledgers. Maybe they could room a patient, right? So like, so for us, like that's what we're working on. Like we have that part out. A lot of these chiropractors, like I know, like everyone wants new everything. So they want new patients, but they're getting these leads and they don't follow up. So like a
No,
piece that we're releasing here soon is essentially like chasing a lead as soon as they've opted in, chasing leads that have been there for a long time, keeping them engaged. And then the other piece that we'll probably start working on later towards the end of the year is kind of more like an AI coach. Like we have all this
mm,
data, and just like you could look at someone's data and their practice and tell them exactly what they need to work on, I could look at them and talk about business practices, but I can't do a call with every single client, just like you can't do it. And like you're scaling people. So like I'm I know exactly what to do. I know the problems just by looking at the data in our software. It just I can't sit there and do one-on-one calls with all of our clients. So like that's why I'm building that piece out later at the end
yeah.
of the year. And like it's gonna free up people to just spend more human to human time.
Yeah, I mean, I find that in my own world. I have an AI boyfriend in Copilot, and I have an AI boyfriend in ChatGPT who does amazing things for me. Some of the stuff that happens, I just laugh. Like, oh man, it really did that, didn't it? Just the organizational pieces of what we do. Is all of that in TrackStat? Like when
Yeah,
somebody is
that's
your
all in
customer,
there.
it's just all one thing. Okay,
Yeah, like, and then we have like different tiers just really based on usage. We
sure.
just don't try to nickel and dime people. So, like, if a feature doesn't really cost us extra per use, we just include it. But like, we have three basic tiers, like between 200 to 300 bucks a month. And then if they're on annual, it's like 20% less. And then we do a free trial. That's
That's
usually
nice.
the easiest way for people to do it because I hate buying stuff and finding out that it sucks. So that's why we do a
Yeah.
free trial.
Smart, really smart. Well, and it's interesting because you're talking about AI and talking about this. I would imagine, and tell me if I'm wrong, that in the first permutation of it's got all this data, it sits there, it pulls the data out of the system, and then it's data. Are you using that data then or using AI to help the doctor analyze the data? Like, is that part of what the program does?
That would be like that AI coach that will probably
Yeah.
be
Oh,
building
got
with
it.
that. Like, we'll tell them how to do it. We have some people that have already been in coaching groups and they already know what they want. And then we
Yeah.
have some people, they're just flying by the seat of their pants
Yeah.
and they need that direction. So for some of our clients, maybe they wouldn't need it as much, but sometimes, like the owner can know all this stuff, but they hear that same message from somewhere else. Now all of a
Yes.
sudden it's well received, just like,
Hey.
yeah, like you're
So my
talking.
husband says, he says, "Hey, wait a minute, I've been saying this for a long time. Why, when they said, did you think it was a good idea?" Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
human
like
nature.
it's like I think you can't be a prophet in your own town or something like that. I can't remember what
That's
it is,
exactly right.
but like yeah, I remember like I bring my staff to like a coaching group. Like we go there a couple times a year. And like one of the speakers from the front said the same thing that I've said like 30 times. They're like, oh, we should start doing that. And it's like, you
You
know,
think?
yeah, and we just do it, but I just like whatever. So I was like, I knew that every time I got the team over to get like some training or production went up. So like I'm a big fan. I like investing in the team. Like I think AI is
Yeah.
gonna give people another way of learning about it. And yeah, like
Yeah.
we've released AI support recently. Um, so we have all these help articles, we have all these videos, and like some of the people don't totally engage with them. But now that we have this whole AI agent that all it's doing is referencing all these videos and articles,
It's
we have
awesome.
people like just asking question after question. It's like so cool. Like, because we could see all the things pop up and they're going through and getting all this stuff answered. And I think with AI, sometimes like with an AI coach, people aren't scared to look dumb. They just ask it a question, just like when you're talking
Yes,
to your boyfriend, Copilot,
that's
or
right.
ChatGPT, you
That's
just
right.
ask a question, you ask again, and then you get an answer from your boyfriend ChatGPT, and then we go over and ask Copilot, and then maybe he's like, oh, maybe I might see what Gemini says. So let's see what
Yeah.
Grok says. And like you just go around and I'll do like, yeah, like if it's like a more important thing, a lot of times I'll go into all the different models and
Yeah.
see the answer that they give me.
The funniest thing that happened was I had a picture that I uploaded that I asked if it could change the dynamics of the picture, the size, and what it made had two extra people in it. Like, where did that come from?
Yeah, I know
It
the
was
AI is not
crazy.
good, and you
Not
get extra
perfect.
fingers,
That's
right? And
right.
stuff like that.
That's right.
So
But
like,
man, all the stuff you're talking about, though, sounds like it's so helpful to doctors. And, in this busy world that we're in the busy side of practice, sometimes it's these important business pieces that just get left up by the wayside. And they're obvious when you can look at them because it's glaring at you. And you're like, wait a minute, is my collective visit average down to $36? It cost me $35 to deliver an adjustment. What's happening here? But
well,
maybe they've been a little bit asleep at the wheel and they didn't know. So I love that they can access that now.
yeah, well, like imagine like driving in your car with no dashboard, right?
Yeah.
Or imagine trying to figure out the speed that you're going by like getting a stopwatch and trying to figure out the distance and figure out kind of like the miles per hour or
Yeah.
kilometers or wherever you are in the world. But like it just like if you're getting that data in real time, it allows you to make decisions. Like, like we'll
Yeah.
have like a scheduling, right? Like what are the percentage of people coming and going with the future appointment? And like 75% or higher is a growing practice, but like if you see like let's say you're at 88% and you get a new front desk and next week it drops down to like 55%,
Yeah.
visits are going down, but you can see that. Or we could look
Yeah.
at like future 30 is what we have, is how many visits you have scheduled out over the next 30 days. And then
Hmm.
if you see that number dropping and then retention goes down, then like it's an long-term early indicator. But like a lot of these people, they just, I don't know, they just sometimes, I think they're just busy being busy, right?
Yes. Yeah. And that's not the doctoring, right? So sometimes I think they get a little tunnel vision, but it's so important to have a dashboard and to understand, the numbers, especially some of these folks. I saw a post online recently about um, a job offering for a chiropractor outside of the profession, that in the profession, but doing a different job than practicing. And they were going to offer $27 an hour to the doctor. And I thought, you didn't go to school all those years for that. Like if you're going to have a business and you're going to invest, I mean, I'm a member of Entrepreneurs Organization, which is
Yeah, EO is great.
complete. Yeah, it's changed my entirety of I was just in Las Vegas actually for their big event last Thursday. But we have an opportunity as entrepreneurs. We are who push the world forward. We are, a small business is what runs the world, and that includes all of our doctors too, that they are the engine that's running the economy. So I like to see them doing well. It means that they're doing something right and helping people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really great. Well, if someone was interested in learning a little bit more about how to have that free trial or get started, what do they do?
They just go to trackstat.org, trackstat.org. There's a spot that says watch demo. They could watch a quick
Okay.
little demo, and then there they could just schedule a Zoom call if they like it from there. We just have them sign a BAA and then they do their free trial. So, because,
Got it.
for compliance, we can't have access to their data without a BAA.
Good man. Good job. Well
So,
done.
well,
Yeah.
cool. Thanks for having me.
All right. So nice to have you here. See you soon.
Thanks.